All Mike needs now is a knife and fork. Too late, so it's Skew's fingers. A strong man by profession, Mike eats 6 pounds of raw meat a day. Something to wash down that snack? How about a nice long drink of raw egg?
Creatures defend themselves in very different ways. So animals obviously can flee, but plants are helpless. This is a very vicious predator here, eating these innocent plants. And plants, though, however, are not so innocent. They defend themselves in a variety of ways. I'll just mention 2 or 3 before I get to the chemical ones, just very briefly. Physical defense we all know about. It's not very complex. Animal guard defense is quite interesting. There are a lot of plants that actually hire ants using various types of rewards, different kinds of food, shelter, and these ants, in fact, defend the plants vigorously from their predators, actually attack things that would try to eat the plants. Toxins, as I say, are defenses that damage the eater. And I think of these as things that either disrupt the metabolism or the structure. And I'll give examples of both of these. And there are many different kinds of toxins. Some of these affect the nervous system, some stop respiration, some inhibit digestive enzymes, some damage the gut lining. So there's a host of different ways, and all of these can have effects on us. We are remarkably similar to insects and all other animals. Let's look at one particular protease inhibitor, the one in soybeans, and we know that has an effect on the digestion of many insects. This has been studied in many insects, things like beetles, tobacco hornworm, corn earworm, many. And we see similar digestive enzyme inhibitors in many seeds. And by the way, the soybean protease inhibitors also affect lab animals. And how about humans?
So if you talk to a biologist about this fact, he will understand it easily, that plants don't want to be eaten, and so they produce what they call secondary metabolites, and I will call them bioactive compounds. And an example could be the estrogen receptor that is bound by endogenous hormones, estrogens, but is also bound by exogenous substances like, for example, phytoestrogens. So this is a good example how the plant and the animal kingdom interact between them. This is a mechanism, defense mechanisms of plants. In this table you can see selected categories of some bioactive compounds. Of course, this is it's not an official table, it's just a little review that I've done, and there are a lot of other substances that are not included here. But for example, we have antinutrients such as ferric acid and oxalic acid that they decrease the bioavailability of some nutrients. We have endocrine disruptors, like for example lectins, phytoestrogens or exorphins. They are exogenous opioid peptides derived from the digestion of certain proteins that they interact with endocrine receptors. We also can include immune disruptors like lectins, gliadin, tomatin-like proteins, or saponins that they overstimulate the immune system or they can disrupt physical barriers. I'm going to include as well some new substances like DNA and RNA binding molecules such as rice microRNA that has been shown to alter the transcription of the LDL receptor. I will also include antioxidants, at least the isolated intake of certain antioxidants, like for example vitamin C, that has been shown to decrease the beneficial effect of exercise in type 2 diabetes patients. So perhaps the intake or the high intake of isolated antioxidants could be viewed as a bioactive compound disrupting our physiology. And some flavonoids, for example, the high intake of quercetin and carnivore is being shown to inhibit several key enzymes in metabolism.
But if the broccoli is cut or chewed, then these two compounds mix together and form this sulforaphane, which is an isothiocyanate. There are lots of them in the crucifer family, but we're going to look only at sulforaphane. And what is its job? The broccoli now needs to defend itself from the little creatures that are trying to eat it. It basically is a molecule designed to kill small living creatures. So what might this mean for us? How does it do it? So the way that these chemicals kill or try to kill these small creatures that are trying to eat it is the primary way is it poisons their mitochondria. The mitochondria are very important. They're the energy powerhouse of all of our cells. And it also causes all kinds of other problems as well. As you look below, you can see. And in scientific studies, it's been shown that it can kill healthy cells as well as cancerous cells, and it can actually cause cancer itself.
Bacteria mainly will always eat your food to help you digest. If you've got any decay in the system, you've got a cell that died, what is going to break that cell down? Is that cell just going to disappear? No, it's a whole organism. It needs to be digested and removed from the body. What's going to digest it? Bacteria. But the medical profession will point at those bacteria and say, see, they're destroying a cell. What kind of a cell? Not a healthy cell. A dead cell or a cell that is dying and it needs to get rid of. You have to watch the medical profession. Bacteria is always good that's inside your body. The only bad bacteria is man-made bacteria like the 0157H7 that you'll never find anywhere but a laboratory, never in nature. Unless it's planted, and then it will never be alive. Bacteria can eat 50 times their weight in 24 hours, both intestinally as a digestive aid or to get rid of dead cells in your body or any kind of organic waste product. Bacteria eats. Bacteria eats fecal matter, waste products, whatever it is, other bacteria, compounds networks, microcosms and macrocosms of bacteria keep everything moving. On this whole planet, it is bacteria.